I'm going to tell you how to lay out the sandbags that go on top of the hill, and you can adjust it as you want later on. We're going to start with these corner sandbags. We have a 1-inch sandbag that goes in between here. On the sides we're going to fit 3 1-inch pieces. On the side right here we're going to have another corner sandbag. We're going to have another 3-inch 1-inch pieces right here, another one here, and then a 1-inch piece that goes right between there for the first layer. Now of course you'll line it up and try to get it straight. The second layer is going to be another full 1/2-inch layer. We're going to have the same corner piece, the same 1-inch piece, the same corner piece. For the center here, I'm using 2 1.5-inch pieces just so I can vary up the gaps between the sandbags. And on this one I'm going to put 2 1.5-inch pieces as well. And I'm going to put a corner piece here. I'm going to put a 1-inch piece in between. And then we are going to put our corner piece again. Now for the corners, I'm going to use these corner sandbags that tend to slope down. So I'm going to put one of those on each of the 4 corners. And then for our center, we're going to use this center sandbag that seems to slope down. And you'll want to get that right in the center. That gap that you see between these 2 bags here, get this bag right in the center of that when you glue it on. Now if you get these in the proper location when you set your roof on, they will actually be setting on top of sandbags. And what you can do is you can look at the way it sets and you can say, well, I need to adjust that. So while the glue is still wet, you can go ahead and nudge a sandbag over and move them so that it will sort of line up where you want your roof to actually line up on the sandbags. There may be other places where you want your sandbags to set up a little more flat against a hill so they don't look like that's just sort of an abrupt stop. One way to do that is, let's say if I want to put a little square sandbag piece right in this hole here, you can just simply take and cut the foam back and cut back far enough to remove a little square foam. Stiff the sandbag in that hole, and it'll sit much more flat that way. Now once you get the sandbag sort of arranged the way you want, the difficult part is to glue them down without messing them up. Here's the method that I use. What I do is I take the top layer off and set it sort of down next to where I originally had put it until I've just got one layer left. Then this bottom layer I try to spread out a little bit so I can see the gaps between them. Then I go ahead and glue these bottom ones down and then set these back on top of it where they go.